20 years old from Bloomington, Indiana, and her partner Bert Lansone, 23 years old, Costa Mesa, California. They are in third place coming into this phase of the competition. Remember that in each of the categories you're seeing today, pairs and ice dancing, 3 American couples will be selected to join the Olympic team in Sarajevo.
What to look for in this pair: straight legs, good line, wonderful speed. She is a stunning girl. They perform beautifully together. Watch particularly this opening triple twist lift. It'll set the tone of their style. Here it comes. Watch the stretch back, the twist, the split. Spectacular overhead in the back layak position. Look particularly how stretched her legs are. The turnout, the point. Side by side into back sit spins. Look at the arch, the stretch out. They're really performing marvelously in this program. Good, clean movements. Side jump combination, first split, half loop, and double flip.
Jill Watson and Bert Lansone in third place coming into this long program. Remember, this accounts for nearly 3/4 the final score in pair skating.
Wonderful all-around pair. Look at this Ina Bauer move, reminiscent of Babylonian Gardner. The stretch and line, reminiscent of the Protopopovs, but yet the twists and the split lifts, marvelously done. Side-by-side Arabians. Side double Lutzes. Oh! Bad spill on for her. Final lift. Helicopter position. And a back inside death spiral.
At stake, a trip to Sarajevo with the Olympic team. That one fall, Dick, is it likely to have damaged their chances to go?
I think
overall program was first rate. It was clean, it was well done. It was one bad mistake in a side-by-side double jump at the end of the program. It was an unfortunate one because it came at the end of the program and marred all the good things that they've done. Watch now. Look, the position's still good. The legs tight and crossed. But there, for some reason, and I don't know why, she fell out of that. That is not typical of her style of skating.
Budweiser salutes the coaches and trainers of the 1980.
Very similar scores, 5-6 to 5-8. Again, the majority at 5-7. Those scores will surely be good enough to hold them in at least third place. It remains to be seen whether those scores are good enough to vault them into second ahead of this pair, 23-year-old Leanne Miller from St. Louis, Missouri, 29-year-old Bill Fauver from Claymont, Delaware, second place coming into this phase of the competition.
Triple throw Salchow. Watch him lift her into the air. Very, very low landing on that. Sequence coming up epitomizes what they are good at: style, elegance, and line. Beautiful combination. A controversial move that they have in their program, this so-called back aerial. Nice, nice, but controversial as to whether or not it transcends the existing rules. On his part, and a final spin in a bold position. Now watch them continue the spin as they straighten up. Really, you know, they're wonderful because their line is so beautiful and they're elegant. They sometimes are a little weak in their technical moves in the sense that they're athletically not as strong as, for example, Rodnina Zaitsev were of the Soviet Union. But aren't they beautiful and aren't they elegant? I find them a most exquisite pair of skaters.
Leanne Miller and Bill Fauver. Let's take another look at the back aerial, Dick.
Here's that move. Now watch. This is the exact opposite of the forward walkover that we've seen Ty and Randy do in so many times. But look at the height that he gets her here with. Now his hands do not go above his shoulder. And it is not, in essence, a flip over or a dropout or a flip kind of move, and therefore should be legal.
Shoulder injury, which Peter suffered. And a little earlier, Dick Button spoke to both of them about that injury.
Peter, during the last year's competitive season, you suffered a shoulder injury. Exactly what was it? How did it affect your skating?
Well, Dick, it was kind of a difficult thing because it was misdiagnosed so many times. Finally, last spring, it was diagnosed properly by Dr. Pappas in Boston, the Red Sox doctor, and we had all kinds of tests done on an arthrotomogram and various nerve tests, and what we came up with was a acroclavicular dysfunction, which is very common in baseball pitchers, and what it involves is the constant throwing of Kitty over my head and catching her, and the torque that it puts on my shoulder. So we went through a program of exercises for about 5 months, and I still do them now, of just very simple isometric exercises and no weights at all, because the weights don't strengthen it. In fact, they make it weaker. I just have to work on the muscles towards my scapulas and the shoulder blades in the back to correct the problem.
Mm-hmm. Is it well now? Do you still suffer?
Yeah, I'm almost 100%. Every once in a while it crops up like arthritis does on everybody, but it is really almost 100% corrected now.
Kitty, did that shoulder injury make you feel nervous? Did it affect your concentration?
It did. It threw our timing off, is what it did, because he was so afraid when he caught me because it would hurt so much. A lot of times he wouldn't catch me and I'd come crashing down. That made me a little more nervous. I used to be fearless, total confidence in him, but it got better, thank God.
And now here are Carruthers and Carruthers, brother and sister, from Burlington, Massachusetts, coached by Ron Luddington, the skate club of Wilmington, Delaware. Interestingly, the same coach who coaches the second place couple, Miller and Falk.
Their opening move should set the tone of their performance. A split triple twist, very difficult. It must be done with height and a lot of energy and verve. Here it is. Beautiful, beautiful. Watch this toe, triple Salchow, throw, triple Salchow. Oh, and you know, the problem there was that he slipped when he lifted her up, and that was one of the reasons why she took the imbalance and took the spill. Bad, bad.
Any
Hydrant lift, hydrant lift.
Any evidence that that shoulder may still be bothering him, Dick? The shoulder?
I don't think so. I think he was off on that forehand. Good unison here, good unison. In this forward death spiral, look at the stretch of her legs as she gets down into it. First a slight bent on the free leg, but now watch it stretch out. Beautiful position there. Jumps secure. Overhead. Completely released hands. Beautiful set down. Once again, a throw jump, not unlike the one before. This one, a throw double axel. See if there's a problem. Good jump. Slightly imbalanced landing. side jump combination. First split, half loops, double toe loops. Very difficult move. This lateral twist lift Lutz position. That was fine. That was terrific. Full Arabians. Final move, a pair sit spin. That's it for Kitty and Peter Carruthers. You know, Jim, that was all in all, I think, a wonderful program. They had an awful lot of good moves that were tight and clean. They made that one disastrous throw at the very beginning, which was unfortunate. It was just too bad that that happened. Look and see now, she goes from a back inside edge, frames the leg forward, and but notice that he's off the ice. Now, that he shouldn't have been there, and she then, of course, caught it and fell at the bottom.
It's worth noting that it happened early in the program. They skated the rest of the program as though it had never happened at all.
This was a lateral twist lift. Let's lift here. Look, she goes up into the air. Now watch as she's in a parallel position to the ice, does a lateral twist and comes down.
Peter and Kitty Carruthers have spent the better part of their lives pursuing this sport in which children turn to champions so quickly. They've done their part. Now they wait, as we do, for the judges to do theirs. Peter and Kitty Carruthers, they are very high. For technical merit, 5.8s and 2 5.9s. For artistic impression, a low of 5.7, the rest 5.8s and 5.9s. And those scores leave no doubt that Carruthers and Carruthers have repeated for the 4th consecutive time as American champions in pair skating. 2nd place to Miller and Favre, 3rd place to Watson and Lansone. Those 3 pairs will represent the United States at the Winter Olympics in Sarajevo. And now, as we take a look at how the other pairs which skated here finished, Dick Button is with Peter and Kitty. Dick, the one fall obviously did them no great damage.
Well, Kitty and Peter, I don't doubt at all that you're the new national champions, again the national champions. But let me ask you a question about that throw jump at the very beginning. I saw something on the slow motion that I had never seen before, and that was that you, Peter, were clearly off the ice, that when you threw her, you were up in the air. Now, I had never seen that before. Is that the fault? Was that the problem?
No, I really don't think that was what it was, because the reason I do sometimes leave the ice is if I am not correctly positioned when I throw her, I have to more or less jump with her to get that same feeling, to get the rhythm. I go to her rhythm, so not always is she in the proper position, so I sometimes have to jump with her. What I think did happen was we've been working on our new quadruple all week long here, and in that we exercise lots of height on it, and I think I might have got a little carried away and goosed it a little bit too much. But,
well, one of the interesting things was that your coach said, Ron Ludington said, that you were always off the ice in it. Oh, yeah. At any rate, it shows clearly in the slow motion, and it wasn't, I think I called it the fact that you had gotten all out of balance, and that was why you, Kitty, fell. So whose blame is it?
It's mine. I went flat on my face. I'm the one that takes all the blame. I can't believe I did that.
I'm not blaming you. Who cares?
Well, whoever's fault it was fascinating to know that after 30 years of watching pair skaters do throw jumps, it's the first time that I've concentrated on the man's position as opposed to the lady in the air. And it's interesting to know that both of them are off the ice at the same time.
So now a brother and sister will carry to Sarajevo the same hopes that Ty Babylonia and Randy Gardner took to Lake Placid. And we'll be coming back to Salt Lake later in the program for the ice dancing finals.
Well, they are our best chances of winning a medal at the Olympics in dance. And of course, their toughest competition is from the 3-time world champions Torvill and Dean of England. But these two couples are the real pioneers in the world of ice dancing today. They are the two couples that have really pushed to the limits those very strict rules that they have in ice dancing, and these two couples have really been the people that have set the standards as to what ice dancing is today.
Now here are the standings coming into this final phase of the competition. The 3 favored couples at the top, Bloomberg and Siebert, solidly in front of Carol Fox and Richard Daly, Lisa Spitz and Scott Gregory third. And there are Judy Blumberg and Michael Siebert as they warm up for a 4-minute dance on the ice. 3-time national champs, 3rd in the world last year when they missed 2nd place by the margin of one judge's opinion. Goes without saying, this is a critical period of their skating lives. No time for either to fall sick. But that's what happened to Michael about 6 weeks ago when he discovered he had contracted mononucleosis. Our colleague Donna DeVerona, who's also working with us here, spoke to both of them about the illness last night.
Michael, I know you, and I know that you don't want to use this as an excuse, but you've had mononucleosis. Are you 100% right now? How do you feel?
No. I think we're about at 50%, but glad that we're here.
How's that?
And feeling good when we're competing.
Yeah. How's that going to affect your lung program?
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard because it's altitude. I mean, we're here and we're not in our best physical condition, and then we're also at altitude, but the program is the best we've ever had. And so that sort of carries you through, and that's what we're counting on carried us through.
Judy, what's carried you through during the practice before coming into the national championships?
I think knowing what we had to do when we got to the ice and doing it and working intelligently and getting what we could get done.
How long were you off the ice?
What was it?
About 5 weeks.
Michael was off about 5 weeks. I skated a little by myself, but it's just not the same when he's there. I mean,
it was at a bad time because we were still finishing up the program. And so then when we got back on, we really had to be in training, and we still yet had to finish the program. So it's been a real interesting competition.
Well, you're in such a great position here. Is it something can you depend on being a little conservative here and saving something for the Olympics in Sarajevo?
I don't think we're saving anything. I don't think there's anything in us to save. So we're not saving, but we're not overextending so that we won't be 100% by Sarajevo.
So now with the Winter Olympics soon to be upon us, Michael and Judy should give us some indication of how close he, and by extension they, are to their former selves. And we'll be back to see the free dance phase of the competition after this. I agree, both of whom train in Wilmington, Delaware. 2nd place behind Blumberg and Siebert a year ago, and 3rd place in the competition coming into this, the free dance. Trying to nail down a berth on the United States Olympic team, which will go to Sarajevo, Yugoslavia.
Jim, this is a style that Scott and Elisa are known for, as a real peppy, all-American, very fast skating kind of style.
Well, is it fair for me to observe that the skaters in this competition seem to have more of a chance to relax and have fun on the ice than those in the singles and pairs competition?
It does seem that way, but these moves are very difficult. To skate this close together and do such intricate steps is very difficult. The crowd is really with them right now. They always seem to end their program with something that the audience can really participate clapping in, and it's very effective.
got ballroom dancing and jazz dancing written all over it. And isn't it nice? It's the traditional form of ice dancing that we've seen for the last 7 years or so. But isn't it exciting, and aren't they fresh and good at it, and all-American, and New Jersey and Wilmington, Delaware, and terrific.
And they have brought this crowd to its collective feet. Hard to believe that that performance won't turn out to have been good enough to send them to Sarajevo.
Now, look at this slow motion. The whole emphasis is on the feet. The slow move, pulled through, the stepping, the interacting, two people having fun and dancing together. And that's what it's all about. No emphasis on being culturally overdone, just a lot of good fun.
Now here are the scores for Lisa Spitz and Scott Gregory. For technical merit, they range from 5.5 to 5.7, and for artistic impression, slightly higher, from 5.6 up to 5.8. Quite good. And now on the ice, 26-year-old Judy Blumberg, originally from Tarzana, California, 24-year-old Michael Siebert, originally from Washington, Pennsylvania. Both now live in the New York City area. They spent much of their time last year in Europe to try to incorporate a more European style into their presentation.
The entire program is performed to one piece of music, Scheherazade, and it's a dramatic piece in contrast to the ballroom dancing style of Spitz and Gregory that we've just seen.
But Dick, I think this is the trend of today, as we were saying before, that Torvill and Dean and Michael and Judy have set some standards, and they have pushed to the limits some of these rules and regulations. The music is very different for free dance, as Torvill and Dean's is to Bolero.
Watching Judy Blumberg and Michael Siebert, the defending champions and heavy favorites to win here in the ice dancing competition at the United States Figure Skating Championships. And now as they move toward the second half of the program, if the mononucleosis, which Michael Siebert has been battling, is still bothering him, then that should begin to show up now.
Skating that you're seeing them do right now, this is what Judy and Michael do best, and this is what they are known for.
The deep edges. Fast, fleet moves. Right there.
I was talking to Michael earlier on this week about their costumes. Their costumes were designed by Mary McFadden in New York. And Michael usually does their costumes, so he did not have anything to say about these, but they seem to be very happy, very effective in this number and helping interpret this music.
Well, I think it's quite an artistic gamble to tackle 4 minutes of dancing to Scheherazade. Those costumes certainly enhance the presentation, in my view.
they do. This is so clever and so difficult. She just slides right down his legs. Isn't that incredible?
And he still looks strong.
You know, the whole dance was brilliant because it sustained itself. It didn't matter that they didn't switch tempos, that they didn't do ballroom dancing, that they didn't do foxtrots and waltzes. I thought it was a brilliant, brilliant display of what the true meaning of ice dancing is. Classical, modern, folk, or whatever. For me, it was wonderful.
The audience is standing, and they've certainly reached the crowd here in Salt Lake.
The great thing that allows them to do this is the fleetness with which they skate, the strength of their edges, the really glorious speed that they have over the ice.
And here is the slow motion of this last move that they did. This has got to be so difficult for Judy to hang on like that. Michael lets go, and she just slides down. That is incredible. I wonder who thought that up.
Beautiful, beautiful move. Beautiful move. Very effective.
Judy, congratulations. Bobby Thompson, the coach. You got to be happy. Of course, you can't see him. You can't see him. They're right there. How do you feel physically? You look very strong out there.
It was okay out there, I tell you, but we're here. Hallelujah.
Finally off the ice.
Thanks.
Who designed the last move?
Georgina Parkinson gave us the idea. It's from us ballet, Prodigal Son, and she's our ballet teacher, and she helped us adapt it for the ice.
How long did it take you to get that move down?
Long time. It was 1-6.
There's the 6 you want, isn't that right?
Right.
Another 6. Congratulations. We'll see you in Sarajevo. We did see you in Lake Placid, and I'm sure that kind of experience with your 3rd place at the World Championships is going to take that momentum all the way to Sarajevo.
We hope so. Thanks, Don.
Valley from Detroit, Michigan. They have been runners-up in these championships 4 times, 3rd twice, so they are fixtures on the ice dancing scene.
And obviously an old Gershwin piece of music for this choreography. The entire program is a real musical comedy approach to the sport of ice dancing.
It is worth mentioning that a year ago, Fox and Daly were unable to go to the World Championships because the United States was qualified only to send 2 couples, and they were beaten out by Spitz and Gregory. So for this couple, it will mean a great deal to earn the trip to Sarajevo, which they are in position to earn with a good free dance.
By Ron Ludington, who coaches Spitz and Gregory. So I think we're seeing, you know, a lot of the same kind of style, the same traditional type free dance, unlike Michael and Judy's free dance, which was to one sort of theme to Scheherazade.
Ron Ludington, who in addition to coaching Spitz and Gregory and Fox and Daly, also coaches Peter and Kitty Carruthers and Leanne Miller and Bill Fawver, both pairs which will be going to the Winter Olympics. So Ludington will have 8 skaters in Sarajevo if Fox and Daly and Spitz and Gregory are able to go.
This is really cute.
Watching Carol Fox and Richard Daly, who came into this final phase of the ice dancing competition in second place and in position to earn a trip to the Winter Olympics.
Tonight seem to be skating very well, very confident programs, no mishaps, and it makes for a good competition.
Very, very nice. Very nice. You know, totally different, the three styles. And when all of them skate well, it points out the fact that there's a validity in each of these styles, and you take your pick as which is your most favorite.
It's all left up to the judges, because this is the opinion of all of the judges that are sitting up there, and that's the essence of our sport.
It's a purely subjective sport. That is a part of its beauty, for sure. So Fox and Daly have completed their work. The judges will do theirs, and we will be back with the official results and a look at which ice dancing couples will be going to the Olympics after this. They range from 5.6 up to 5.9. For artistic compression, 5.7 to 5.9. Very good scores, and were it not for the presence of another extraordinary couple, they would have been champions. But now on the victory platform, in the center, Judy Blumberg and Michael Siebert, who finished first. On the left, Fox and Daly, the second place couple. On the right, Lisa Spitz and Scott Gregory, who finished third, and all will go to Sarajevo. So now as you take a look at how 9 other ice dancing couples finished here, it's satisfying to reflect on how cleanly and competently all 3 Olympic team couples performed in the free dance. And it's particularly exciting to look forward to what Judy Blumberg and Michael Siebert might be able to accomplish in Yugoslavia. Here's a final look at our 4-time national ice dancing champions and their very special artistry. Now this is Jim Lampley for Dick Button, Peggy Fleming, and Donna DeVerona saying so long from the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City.